Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be trying to start up a 1992 Craftsman hand tiller. So here's the tiller. So, come on, focus. That's the tiller. Like I said, it is from 1992. It is a single cylinder. The engine, for me, it's not a Bridges & Stratton. It's a Japanese brand that I cannot pronounce. It's not in cars, I know that. It's only like single cylinder tiller and gasoline engines. But here it is. This came from our neighbors down the road. They moved away about 2 years ago. And they had this, and they gave it to us. It didn't run at the time. I don't think they would have used it a ton because they had a tractor with a huge tiller on the back. So I don't know when this thing last ran. I would assume about 5 years. 5 years is probably not a bad bet. But anyways, so what I have done to this thing so far, here, I'll show you. So there is a coil that goes right on these two screws. When I first wanted to start this thing up, I wanted to make sure it had spark, so I wasn't like showing you guys and then, oh, it doesn't have spark. Let's wait a few weeks till a part comes for it. So the part came today, like an hour ago. My camera's all charged up, and we're going to start filming. I already tested for spark when I got it. It is very strong. It shocked me. Hurt pretty bad. So I think it's going to be a good video. Stick around till the end. Let me fire it up, and let's get to it. So, here is our tiller. I'll show you the part that came today. It is just the coil. Looks like this. This is my second order. The first one, these screw holes did not fit. So, this one is almost exactly what it was before. The one thing I do not know is there is this wire. Here, I'll see if I can show you. It's a tiny red wire. This thing right here, that little spot right there. I don't know what that does. This thing made spark. I don't think it has a resistor. I don't think it would need to. I don't think it would have points because that's what this flywheel does. It's magnetic, and when it moves through, when it turns around the coil, that magnetic field releases at a certain point and generates a spark. I don't know what this does. I thought it was like a kill switch, like it grounds it out. But it wouldn't need that because there's a throttle lever and there's a stopping point. I think all it does is cut off all the fuel of the carburetor. So, I don't know what that does. But it made spark without it attached. I will save those parts in case there's a problem and it won't spark. But for now, let's just get this on. There's two screws. It's hard because it is magnetic. Oh wait, here we go. I think for this, the metal part is magnetic. I think that's supposed to be about, was it 0.01? No, sorry. It was supposed to be 10,000ths of an inch from the wheel. I just had it resting on the wheel and it was fine. So I'm not gonna worry about that too much. But this should be fun. We've got a garden that we have that's growing crazy with grass. And once we get this done, we can hopefully till it up and expose some fresh dirt. But So all I've done to this thing is literally just take off, there's a cover right here, and check and see if it had spark. Obviously it didn't. So don't feel like you're missing out on anything. You did not. And just since I don't want to have to keep pulling the cover on and off, I'm using a hand drill. Put it in where the flywheel would connect to this and spin the engine. Wouldn't do this with any machine, because if this is stuck still, when it starts, it's going to rip this thing its own direction. But this thing can spin freely when the engine's running. So I think we're okay there. Just going to make sure it's lubed up a little bit. Okay, I'll show you the spark. Might be a little hard to see, okay? Here we go. I don't know how well you can see that, but it was really strong. So I think it's going to work. Let's get my spark plug here. Good, it fits. Okay, I'm just going to get this screwed in the top here. What's crazy is we've actually had this tiller for, I'd say about probably a year and a half-ish. And it literally has just been sitting here the entire time. So I'm excited to see this thing run and actually put some use, or be useful. Let's take this. Alright. First thing I'm going to do is make sure that there's a little throttle control up on the handle. I'm going to make sure that works, because I think that's our only way of shutting it off. But, here. I'll get you at a different angle. So, bear with me here. It's hard for me to even see this, but this wire that's moving right there, that's better. This goes up to that throttle linkage, or throttle control, and it goes up to this whole assembly, which should, up here, I'll just show you, up here on this, this is your throttle control. It goes down to this whole linkage down here and slows it down. But it does not work. If I move it, here we go. Watch that cord. Here, this moves. That is not the thing that should be moving. So we're just gonna throw a pile of penetrating oil on this. See if I can't work it loose. Nope, not yet. Why isn't... Hey guys, so this whole part is just me trying to get the whole assembly loose and figure out how it works, and so that's all this sped up section is. So yeah. Well, that's as loose as it's gonna get. It doesn't want to seem to go back into the stop position, but I don't mind, because I can, sorry, the lighting's bad, I can pretty easily just turn off by my hand. I think that's it. I think we just gotta find some gas to put in it. I think that'll be it. She might need a little squirt of hot sauce though. By that I mean ether. Well, we'll be back in a second. So I'll just use my ratchet here and see how much gas is in here. Ooh, that smells bad. There's about, what, an inch, maybe. It smells really bad. Let's give her some fresh stuff. Good gravy, that's heavy. Sorry the camera's moving so much. There's a huge thing of plywood and it's really flexible. But, well, she's got gas, she's got spark. Let's see if she'll run. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is the moment. It appears that pushing it down is off, up is full throttle, so let's try and find a balance here. I don't want to wake her up with full throttle. I know how to do it. Okay. Well, the lube and man, even I'm scared. Well, here's the open. Sorry, my wrench is being fussy. That's weird. Come on, you turd. Here we go. See what full throttle does. We almost got it. That was close. So let's see if I can get you a little better shot here. 3, 2, 1. I seen some hot sauce, boys. Where's the air filter? Hang on. I have to get some. I have to get the hot sauce and the flathead screwdriver. I'll be right back. Longest one yet. Come on. Got her. It almost seems like the throttle control is reversed. Whenever I go to the fast position, it kills it. I don't understand that bit. just gonna let it warm up. Well, ladies and gents, there you have it. Wow. Still don't understand what's with the throttle throttle linkage, because whenever, here, I'll show you the dial. Whenever I go, no, I'm not moving over there. Oh my gosh, focus. Whenever I go to fast, it kills it. So I don't understand. Yeah, I don't understand that. Oh, it's smoking here. But I'm gonna try and get this tilling or garden, but yeah, I don't understand that. Also, I also just realized, if you didn't know, that was placed here, obviously, like I said, a few years ago. So we have that generator, which is blocking that door. My tractor, which is blocking, focus, oh my gosh, that door. So the only way to get it out is through here, which I think I can do, hopefully. So I'm not gonna bore you guys with this, so I'm just gonna put it on time lapse, and we'll bring it out, we'll wash it off, get it clean, and hopefully I can show you tilling a little bit of our garden. So here's to speed up time. Well, you guys, it's one of these things that I'm gonna have to sit and fiddle with for like a while. Figure out the tuning, figure out why the whole throttle thing is in reverse. And also when I pull out the, it's like a handle that pulls up this pulley here and puts friction on the belt, and they start moving, which spins the transmission to make it go forward until that will not really stop. So I will bring you back when I think I have it figured out where I can stop it reliably, because right now I can't stop the engine, and if I get it tilling, I can't stop the tilling. That's not a good place to be in. Well, everybody, after about an hour of trying to find the problems, one problem was the carburetor. I realized how rich it was running. I cannot get it to go above a certain RPM. It sounded like something was holding it back, I had turned in the idle screw way in, and it runs so much better, not as smoky. So yeah, I got the tire inflated too, so it drives now. So I'm gonna wash it off, and you'll get to see some tillage action, hopefully. That is it if the belt doesn't break. Well, that's a poor way to end the video. That thing, well, I know it wasn't tilling very well. Here. Yeah, it's not really tillage. But the problem is, here, I'll show you. On this side, there's a like cotter pin to hold the wheel onto the axle. On this side, there's nothing. I had a big piece of wire holding it in, and I think that broke off the wire. So that's gonna have to happen before any tillage happens, but because all that was happening was one wheel was spinning, and it wasn't enough traction to get it to go forward, and also the tall grass made it kind of hard. But all in all, I think it works really well. Thank you guys for watching. See you on the next one.